Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS FANS. Let's get to the news now, Browns fans. Buckle up because what I'm about to tell you is a game changer, and it's something you definitely need to keep your eyes on. We've seen plenty of ups and downs this season, but lately there's been a buzz around the league about a young quarterback who's been making waves, Shedenburg Sanders. Yeah, that's right, Sanders, the talented quarterback from Colorado, who's been getting a lot of attention for his impressive arm and leadership skills. But what's really catching everyone's eye now is his recent comments about his draft stock and that unexpected slide in the draft process, which has many NFL insiders and fans alike questioning what's really going on behind the scenes. Shedenburg Sanders, the son of legendary Deion Sanders, has been considered by many as one of the top quarterbacks in this draft class. His talent on the field is undeniable, with a mix of arm strength, accuracy, and a coolness under pressure that's rare for someone his age. But despite all that, he experienced a significant slide during the draft process, something that's left many scratching their heads, especially Browns fans who are always on the lookout for promising quarterbacks to build around. Sanders recently spoke out about it, giving insights into his mindset and how he's handling the setback. He's not just taking it in stride, he's using it as fuel to prove himself even more. He addressed the rumors and speculations, emphasizing that his focus remains on improving, on showing NFL teams what he's truly capable of. And let's be honest here, Browns fans, if there's one thing we know, it's that the right quarterback can be a franchise changer. Think about the last few seasons, how the right signal caller has elevated teams and taken them deep into the playoffs. We all remember how Baker Mayfield's arrival sparked hope, or how Baker's struggles earlier in his career taught us lessons about patience and development. Now, with Deshaun Watson leading the way, we're still looking for that next guy who can be a consistent, game-changing presence under center. Could Sanders be that guy? Well, right now, he's making sure everyone knows he's not finished fighting for his spot. What's really interesting about Sanders' comments is how he's handling the setback with a mature mindset. Instead of dwelling on the slide or the perceived slight, he's emphasizing his work ethic and his desire to keep improving. That kind of attitude is exactly what Browns fans want to see from a young quarterback, someone who's hungry, resilient, and ready to take on any challenge thrown their way. It's easy to get discouraged after a draft slide, especially when expectations are sky-high, but Sanders seems to be channeling that energy into his preparation. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture here. The Browns are in a bit of a unique position. We've got Deshaun Watson, a proven star who's still trying to find his rhythm after some tough seasons. But if we're honest, we're always looking for that next potential franchise quarterback, someone who can step in and elevate the team to new heights. If Sanders slips in the draft, or if other teams overlook him because of some perceived concerns, that could actually work in our favor. Browns fans know how valuable it is to find a hidden gem, a player who's underestimated but has the talent and drive to succeed. Remember when we snagged Nick Chubb in the second round? Or when we found that diamond in the rough with guys like Denzel Ward and Myles Garrett? That's the kind of opportunity we're always hunting for. And speaking of talent, Sanders' style of play fits what Cleveland has been trying to build, an offense that's dynamic, fast-paced, and capable of putting up points in a hurry. Imagine a future where Sanders develops behind Deshaun Watson, learning from one of the league's most talented quarterbacks, and then eventually taking the reins when the time is right. That's a scenario Browns fans should be excited about, especially given Sanders' ability to extend plays, make quick decisions, and throw strikes downfield. His arm strength and accuracy are traits that could thrive in Cleveland's offensive system, which has been heavily focused on maximizing big plays this season. But let's not forget the road ahead. There's still a lot of football to be played, and Sanders has a long way to go to reach that level of consistency. Plus, the draft is an unpredictable beast. Teams might have different evaluations or priorities, and that's what makes this whole process so fascinating. But what's clear is that Sanders isn't backing down from the challenge. He's vocal about his aspirations, about proving all the doubters wrong, and about showing the NFL what he's got. That kind of mental toughness is exactly what we need in Cleveland, especially in our young quarterbacks. Now, Browns fans, you know how important it is to stay optimistic but also realistic. We've seen promising prospects come and go, and sometimes it takes patience and the right environment to unlock a player's true potential. We've been through it all, heartbreaks, big wins, and everything in between. But what makes this season exciting is that we're seeing a new wave of talent rising, and Sanders' story is just one chapter of what could be a very interesting offseason. With the right coaching, development, and patience, a player like him could be part of our future. And honestly, every Browns fan should be rooting for players who show resilience and a desire to improve, because those qualities are what turn good teams into great ones. The draft process can be tough, and the media loves to speculate about where players like Sanders will land. But as fans, what we really care about is the potential, what kind of team we're building, and who can be the spark that takes us to the next level. Cleveland has always been a city that appreciates grit, determination, and the will to succeed. That's why we're so excited about the possibilities that lie ahead, especially when it comes to young talent who refuse to give up. Sanders' comments about his draft slide only add fuel to that fire, reminding us all that sometimes setbacks are just setups for something bigger. And let's keep in mind the bigger picture. Cleveland is a franchise with a rich history of turning underdogs into champions. From the days of Bernie Kosar to the recent Super Bowl run in the 2021 season, we know what it takes to overcome obstacles and rise to the top. Shedenburg Sanders, with his talent and resilience, could be part of that story if given the right opportunity. Browns fans love a good comeback story, and this could very well be the start of one for him. Whether he ends up in Cleveland or another team, what matters most is that he's motivated, confident, and ready to give his best every time he steps on the field. Now I want to remind you all that this is just the beginning of a very interesting journey. The NFL draft is just around the corner and teams are making their evaluations. Browns management will be watching closely and will be rooting just as hard for our front office to make the right call. But one thing is for sure, if Shedenburg Sanders slips a little in the draft, don't be surprised if Cleveland fans start rallying behind him, hoping he lands in the dog pound. That's the kind of player we love, someone who's hungry, talented, and eager to prove himself. So Browns fans, stay tuned because the offseason is shaping up to be full of surprises. Whether it's draft day, free agency, or training camp, there's never a dull moment in Cleveland. We're building something special, and every new piece of news just adds to our excitement. Remember, the journey to a Super Bowl isn't a sprint. It's a marathon, and every player, every game, every decision counts. With young stars like Sanders in the mix, the future looks bright for the Browns. We've got the talent, the passion, and the grit to make a real run, and I believe we're just getting started. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all this? Do you think Shedenburg Sanders could be the next big thing in Cleveland? Or do you believe he's better suited somewhere else? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Browns organization. Whether you're excited, skeptical, or just curious, your voice is part of this conversation, and we love hearing from our fans. Remember, this is a team built on passion, resilience, and hope, and every opinion helps us grow stronger together. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and breaking news about your Cleveland Browns. So stay tuned, keep supporting the team, and let's get ready for an exciting offseason. The journey to another Super Bowl run is far from over, and with fans like you behind us, there's no doubt we'll keep fighting and believing all the way. Thanks for being part of this community, Browns fans. We're in this together, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. Go Browns!